What's going on, guys? It's your boy HQ420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode Beyond the Cube. I'm with the powerful one, as always, Corey Hughes. Corey, are you doing well this afternoon?
Yeah, but I think it's dark out. It's dark out for sure. That means it's night. And motherfucker, it's like 2 hours.
Tonight.
It's been afternoon for you for like 6 hours, motherfucker.
Like 2 hours? No, hold on. 9. It started getting dark now around 7. Corey, I like to say this afternoon for some reason.
Tonight, 5 o'clock. The afternoon ends at 4:59. Evening begins at 5, and night begins at 8.
Is this true?
That's true.
Guys, leave it in the chat if this is true. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I mean, do I need to look this up?
These are my rules that are going to be in place when I'm emperor. So,
oh dear Lord, there it is, the emperor's rules. Y'all heard that? Corey, hey, look, emperor for a day. Corey, just lay it out there. If you were emperor for a day, what would you do?
20% of the world dead. Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna be able to get that done in one day?
It's gonna be rough, but I'll try. All the British, I hate the British. They all got to go. All these fucking globalists got to go. You know who's got to go.
There's a couple of Brevs. There's a couple of Brevs over there that's all right. Brevs. The English, the old English accent. Some wankers. Ain't there some wankers over there that's all right?
I'll take them Scottish people whose accent so thick you can't even tell they're speaking English. I'll take them. And that's it.
Oh, okay. Is it okay, so that's the Scotland folks, not the Ireland people though.
Right. Scotland folks.
You're not down with those?
Accent's not thick enough.
But the Irish? The fighting Irish, they like that.
No, they're like this with the little mustache, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's the Irish drink of choice?
Guinness.
Irish car bomb. Oh yeah, it is Guinness, isn't it? I figured out how to pour the perfect Guinness. Well, I figured this out from Bar Rescue. I didn't realize this, but what you have to do, you tilt it to 45-degree angle, you fill it up to 3/4 of the way full. Okay, 3/4. Tilt it at that 45-degree angle. You lay the glass down and you let it rest for about 30 seconds. And then you top the rest of it off to give you the perfect amount of head. That's to get the full aroma. That's the true way to pour a Guinness from the spout. And this gives you the full flavor.
That sounds like the epitome of some old-timey white shenanigans, if I ever heard it.
It's white. Now it's definitely white folks, okay? I mean, it's most definitely white folks, okay? I'm not gonna take this one away from but they had John Taffer had a couple people he took to the Guinness actual brewery, and the guy showed him how to pour the perfect Guinness, okay? And so that's how he did it. This is straight from quote unquote the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure who made that saying. Straight from the horse's mouth.
I don't know, but whenever you look into the origins of little sayings like that, they're always like the dumbest shit. Like knock on wood had to do with like people used to believe there were like wood gnomes living in their fucking furniture and stuff, so they had to knock on wood.
Is that what people actually believe?
Yeah, and like
wood gnomes, is that?
And like what's that one? The rule of thumb is you could beat your wife, but the stick couldn't be bigger than your thumb.
Oh, okay.
That's what that one is. Well, that's the rule of thumb.
Oh, that's pretty horrendous right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's actually pretty bad.
Yeah, history wasn't pretty.
What other sayings we got? We got any other good sayings? I can't think of any right
now. 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. What's up with that one? Here's my 2 cents on it.
Okay. That was a lot of money back in the day.
2 cents at one point in time was like a lot. It was.
Yeah. I mean that'd break a man. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 cents.
You can buy a loaf of bread for a penny and shit. Well, that was back when our money was real and meant something.
It's real now, Corey.
Well, it's real fake now. Fake and gay is what it is.
Corey, money's real. Ish. It's real ish. Isn't that good? Isn't that good enough? Doesn't that mean something? No.
No.
Corey said, "No, it didn't mean anything at all." Okay, okay, all right, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. We hope everybody's doing good tonight. Tonight, we're in multiple areas. We're not on BitChute tonight because BitChute is trash. Okay, I'm sorry, BitChute. I tried, but y'all site is just pure garbage. All right, that's just all there is to it, man. I got
Yes.
3 streams up there that was still live for some reason. I'm like, it's obvious that I stopped that stream. Like, so you should have picked that up, and it shouldn't be live. So I tried to switch it to just visible, and it wouldn't switch to visible. It kept giving me error messages. So I tried to get the stream key for the day, and it didn't work with that either. I'm just like, all right, BitChute, you know, I did what I could for you, but I got to let you go. Okay. old mistress, I had to let go. So yeah, we're on Twitch tonight. I thought we were going to be on Kick, but for some reason that's not working, so I have to work on that. But we are on Twitch tonight, so we'll probably get kicked off Twitch post haste because every once in a while we get into a little shenanigans. Some of the white variety.
I won't say nothing
of the Negro
controversial.
variety. Yeah, Negro variety sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Of shenanigans.
I don't say nothing controversial ever, especially if we don't talk about these Jewish niggas. Then we good.
Oh man, hey, there it is, guys. I mean, so as long as we don't talk about them, then we're okay, no doubt about it. So, hey, I wanted to say this, okay. This is off the heels of the most recent Trump quote unquote assassination attempt. This Ryan Ruth guy, I mean, he's like you're running the mill fag. I ain't gonna hey, I know. I might be giving fags a bad name, okay, but he's a run of the mill one. I mean, what you think about it?
Well, here's the problem. You can use the word fag, but you can only say it once every 30 seconds. It's got to settle. It's got to. You can't say it twice in a row like that. You can't do that. That's offensive, and I'm offended for fags everywhere. Okay, so don't say that. So you got to wait every 30 seconds to say it a second time. That's the rule.
Oh, okay. You see, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
And honestly, let me refer to these day and age. We're just talking about the trannies. We're talking about trannies and whiny gays. Those are the fags, right? Everyone else is cool. You can go suck some dick if you want. That's fine.
Yeah. You knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? That's another saying. Knock yourself out. We might just have to say
knock yourself out. Yeah, like where'd that one come from? Maybe our entire language is nothing but euphemisms and like totally meaningless, devoid of any soul.
To it. It's close to it. So the Ryan Ruth guy, this is a gentleman who has deep looks like deep CIA ties from what we're seeing.
Well, let me clarify that. It's 2024, so my fucking postman and the grocer have CIA ties. So it's like they have grown like a culture in a petri dish, you know, seriously. So everyone's got CIA ties. Okay. I probably got CIA ties. Don't even fucking know it.
Unbeknownst. You got unbeknownst CIA ties.
Probably. Who knows? Well, no, if I had CIA ties, I'd probably have more money. I'd probably have more money.
That is true. You do seem to get, because he seemed to be all over the place. From what I understand, the rumblings. Now, these are rumblings, okay? Somehow he was in jail. But then he was out of jail and he started construction business in Hawaii. Then all of a sudden he's in Ukraine and he's talking to Newsweek. And it's just like, this dude's kind of all over the place to be somebody not of note. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he's funded. Okay. That's obvious. All right. So we're going to go with that. He was funded. And, Corey, all these quote unquote attempts, is eventually Trump just going to get shot? I mean, like that's going to be it.
I don't know, but
we got a month left. I mean, a little over a month left. Is he going to make it to election day?
So I don't have a fucking clue what's happening today. I just don't have any idea. My expertise is the 60s. And so when I look at the previous assassinations, right, they were never, ever, ever, ever. The CIA took a guy and trained him and then unleashed him to be both assassin and patsy, right? That has never fucking happened ever in the history. Well, somewhat to a degree with Sirhan, because Sirhan was in a situation where he owed the mob money and he was forced into doing the shit with Robert Kennedy. And people are like, he was MK Ultra. No, he was drunken on pills because he couldn't. That's what he had to do to bring himself to even attempt to pull a gun in public and shoot it. Right. So that's why Sirhan was involved with Robert Kennedy's assassination. But we know that he didn't kill Robert Kennedy. Robert Kennedy was shot by Thane Eugene Caesar from behind, point blank, to the fucking back of the head, as opposed to from, 10 feet in front where all the bullets from Sirhan's gun missed. But other than that, I would say you never have an assassin / patsy all wrapped up in one.
Right.
And then when I look at how the actual structure of these assassinations comes about, there are people with CIA ties who oversee people who are kind of, on the surface, they could be described as like miscreants, like look at somebody like Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh is a perfect example. He looks like a fuck up. He looks like a failure, right? But really he was sheep dipped. Sheep dipping is when they wash you out of, like, say you're in the army and they, like, Lee Harvey Oswald was sheep dipped, right? He did a fake defection to the Soviet Union. That was all under an operation, right? That's what sheep dipping is. And so
that was fake.
Yeah, fake. Like same thing with McVeigh. McVeigh allegedly gets out of the military, but he was sheep dipped too, to do some weird stuff. So, but he's a perfect example. Like, they paint him as like some kind of failure, dropout, loser, loner, right? And they paint that picture of him, but that wasn't really the case at all, ever. So you never really have, what I'm saying is, you don't ever have the CIA picks up some fucking miscreant, trains him at the fucking CIA shooting range how to shoot a gun, teaches him about all this tactical stuff, and then unleashes him. It's never how it works. Even when you go back to Kennedy, there are multiple layers removed from the CIA. I mean, obviously it's all CIA. If you do something on behalf of someone else, you're an agent of that person, regardless of how you want to interpret it, right? So
okay.
So basically, how it's always been done, how assassinations have always been done, is they've been somewhat outsourced. They've been outsourced to people who, number one, are cold as ice. Number two, competent. Number three, willing to do this because they have an ideological side of them that drives them to do it, right? All the guys who pulled triggers in Kennedy assassination were ideologically driven, aside from the fact they were under orders. You know what I mean? So, like, all those fucking right-wing guys hated Kennedy. All the mob guys hated Kennedy, right? The only one who might have been neutral about it might have been the shooter on the knoll. Everyone else hated him, right? But yeah, so these modern day fucking assassin guys who are shooting at Trump, to me they reek of incompetent lone gunmen. I mean, are they on some watch lists or whatever? Sure, should be. But there's no way these guys had direct CIA training at all. These guys are fucked up. They're weirdo loser types, and they would have been like 3 layers removed and handled by somebody. And to try to take an attempt at Trump through a hole in a slat of a fence or something like that is utterly ridiculous. None of these attempts that we've seen against Trump so far have had any type of professional air about them at all. And I know that I know the CIA, we ain't dealing with the fucking guys we were dealing with 50 years ago who were cold-blooded and ruthless and didn't care about killing Americans on American soil, right? I don't know I don't understand what the bureaucratic fucking driven CIA is today. I just don't know. I don't understand. Nor do I choose to understand. So yeah, these guys look like a bunch of fucking idiots. They don't look like they might have all the ties in the world to all this other shit, but they seem kind of unhinged, and they don't seem like they have any I mean, these guys are not criminal masterminds and are not fucking wicked, international assassins, right? So I don't know. That's my take on this. It's amateur at best.
Okay. I can agree with you on that. Now, besides that particular fact of this recent quote unquote assassination attempt, there's some rumblings going around that maybe Trump is in a little bit of an affair with Miss Laura Loomer. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, she's that ugly Jew tranny looking chick.
She is kind of look like that.
Look at that face.
Yeah, this one right here.
Where's that? Look at that Adam's apple. She's a gross Zionist. Like, fuck her.
Come on now. Hey,
here's the deal. He's like 70 something years old and running for president. You think that guy's got a fucking ounce of energy to fuck anything? I don't think so. She's gross. Look at her face. That's the product of 1,000 years of inbreeding.
God almighty. I mean, just going right for the Adam's apple. I mean,
look at it. You can see it in every picture. She got the Adam's apple in every one. That's a dude. Laura Loomer has a dick. Look at that picture. Scroll up. Look at that one. Go up. Look there in the middle. Look at that. It's so gross. Gross.
It's a good one. Oh, is this a good one? This might be a good one. Maybe not. There's got to be a good one somewhere. Maybe she's just a little thick on the makeup. That may be it. Here we go. I mean, at least she's petite. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is the running rumor right now that that Trump's getting a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Now she had a few things to say about that. Okay. To her people. What she got here? Loomer Unleashed. Okay. This is her right here. Let's see what she got to say about these affair allegations.
So malicious, so disrespectful to Donald Trump and Melania Trump. They've taken it so far. And if I was a leftist journalist, if I was a Democrat, oh my God, the media would be up in arms if the Republican media was doing this to a left-wing journalist. Oh my God, they're misogynists. They're bullying a woman. They're trying to Monica Lewinsky her. They're demonizing her. They're trying to discredit the fact that she's a working woman. I mean, look, I know that Kamala Harris sucked dick to get where she is today, okay? And she had to sleep with Willie Brown in order to get to the top. But some of us women, right, we actually work hard. Some of us women have no desire to have sexual affairs with politicians or men with elite political status to climb the ladder. I know that Kamala Harris can't say the same, but, believe me when I say that that's not me. Or as Kamala Harris likes to say, they ain't like us, right? She ain't like me. I ain't like her. Okay? I don't suck dick to get to the top. That's what Kamala Harris does.
I mean, just going right in, bud. You know what I'm saying? She ain't wrong with that.
No, she ain't wrong at all. I wonder if Lauren Boebert sucked any dicks to get to the top. I like Lauren Boebert.
Hey, we thought those. First, I thought those tattoos were not real, and then they are real.
She's a wild freak.
Yeah, I know, but when she was in the theater, now she
gets
said
DP'd. She's been DP'd, I'm sure.
Now she said that it was the first date with that guy. I was like, "Whoo!" I said,
first date.
You were feeling
she
him,
was like, she was grabbing his dick in the theater. Like,
that's what happens on the first date. So
she's only about 200 miles from here. You think I got a chance?
No. Look, look, man, you might want to let the heat die down on that. Still got young kids and stuff. You kind of got to get past that. You got to wait till like they're 18. You can slide in. You know what I'm saying? So give it. I don't know how old her kids are, but
she has some kids.
6-7 years. Yeah. Lauren Boebert's got kids. I think she got 3 kids, if I'm correct.
Man, she sprung back to that slinky ass form. Good for her.
Hey, some women do that. I know. Oh, damn, she don't have 3 kids. She got 1. Huh. Okay. I thought she had more than that. Well, hold on. It says Lauren Boebert's 4 sons. Hold on a second now. Google's telling me she got 1.
Trust Google.
Lauren Boebert with her husband Jason and 4 sons. But then Google says, "Lord, I'll pull this up, man. It's got contradictory information right here."
Hang on, I'm
Lauren
Googling
Boebert,
it too. Let's see what it says here.
look at this. Children count 1. I'm like, okay. Scroll down. Lauren Boebert's 4 sons. I'm like,
What?
hold on, what?
Hold on a second here. Rep. Lauren Boebert and her ex-husband Jason Boebert have 4 sons. Their teenage son Tyler was arrested in Rifle, Colorado on Tuesday. That was in March.
Yeah. Yeah, she's 37. Got 4
Oh my
kids,
God,
but she's
Lauren
third.
Boebert is a 36-year-old grandmother. Are you fucking joking? Yeah. She's the hottest fucking grandmother ever in the world.
Does one of her kids got a baby?
Yeah, I guess so. One of her fucking 4, I guess.
Does she really have 4? This thing says 1, man. I mean, business
is it AI? Is it Google AI?
It might be. I thought I'd seen this picture with 4 sons. That's what I thought I'd seen. What does this one have? Does this one have a kid?
Okay, so Tyler seems to be the.
He's 18. Tyler 18.
He's the loser of the family. He's getting arrested. He's knocking up chicks. I bet you he's drinking that beer.
He probably. Oh, I wonder if he's getting with liberal women.
Dude, yeah, I bet you Lauren Boebert was pissed at him because she's too young to be a grandma. I promise you, those words came out of her mouth.
Dang, bud. I mean, he getting down like that.
She has 4 sons, age 10 to 17. Hold on. She has a son, age 17. That means she had a kid at like age 18.
18, yeah. 18, so she was 19.
So she was giving it up young.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess she was married all that time. Maybe.
Well, how old's the husband? Like 10, 20 years older than her? See, that's what I need. I need a girlfriend 20 years younger than me.
Oh, is that what you need? You sure about that?
Yeah, you seen women my age?
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Just, hey, look, here's what the deal is, okay? Look, there's good things and there's bad things about both sides, okay? But the one thing that I do know, all right, is that usually depending on how young you get them, they're full of expectations, okay? Once they get older, the expectations kind of go away. All right.
Oh, so they'll put up with your loser ass is what you're saying. The older they get.
Yeah. They'd be like, boy, I'm just glad to have a man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, they told me that I wasn't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? I was on the dump pile. They said, Bo, I managed to snag me one, so let me try to hold on for dear life. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, hey, when they're young, they feel like they got a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? And they be out here be checking their options. If the option of you don't look good that day, I tell people right, like straight up front, people like they get married and look, that ring and that wedding ceremony and all that other stuff, that ain't gonna keep you together, okay? Nobody give a shit about that stuff. All right. That ain't what's gonna keep you together. But I tell people, I was like, look, man, if you get married at 24 and you live to 75, can you hold out, dog? That's 51 years. I mean, can you hold out? That's what we want to know. Can you make it? Do you think you got enough wind? You know what I'm saying? So you need to love everything that's great about them, and you need to also love everything that sucks about them. That's just all there is to it. But if you questioning that at the beginning, you might as well not even worry about it. Don't worry about going up to K Jewelers. Is K Jewelers still open?
I don't know. I hear that lab-grown diamonds are on the rise, though.
Are they? Can we see how much are lab-grown diamonds?
Cheaper. Not as cheaper as you'd think. They can spit them motherfuckers out by the million, and they still charge you half the prices of regular diamond.
So okay, hold on. So we got stone. This is stone algo.
So like, hey, you can buy the real thing for $2,000, or I'll sell you a fake one for $1,000.
Yeah, well, they said a 2 carat ranges from 612 to 643. Is that right?
Should be $99.99 is what that motherfucker should be. They can make that shit in 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
Press.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me get the graph up here for people. I messed that up. Lab grown. Here we go. One carat. It's actually dropped in price. What is this? It fluctuates in price depending on. It's like gas prices.
That's a 1, 2, 3, and 4 carat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you get the 1 carat, is 1 carat sufficient? Does that work, or would they get pissed at 1 carat?
Well, if it's a fake one, it might as well be like 50 carat. It might as well like weigh her hand down to the ground if it's going to be a fake one.
Might as well be a whole bracelet, cover the whole hand.
Yeah, it'd be like some brass knuckles, but like all fake diamonds.
Yeah, how many carat? They say it's supposed to be what, 3 months of wages? Is that what it is?
2 months.
Is it too much? Hold on.
Even for my broke ass, that's like $6 or $7 I ain't spending that. Fuck off.
Ho, bud. We need to make sure. Corey, I told you it's 3 months. What'd I tell you? 3 month salary rule.
No, that's changed since I was growing up. And with inflation, that's extortion. It was 2 months my entire growing up. 2 months salary. My entire growing up. This is fucking marriage inflation bullshit.
I mean, shit. 3 months. Woo. Man, hey, if you're making a good living, Bo, that could be, let's just say that you take home, $7, $8 a month.
Hey, you take this fake ass ring and get your bitch ass back in the kitchen.
You gonna spend $24,000 on a ring?
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that.
That's crazy. But
and then I'm gonna trust her to walk out of the house with it. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, I went to my buddy's.
She drives a $5,000 fucking jalopy, and she got a $24,000 ring. Fuck you.
But I can go buy a new car. I buy a whole new car, something that actually help us. I mean, 3 months of wages.
Believe it or not, you can't get a great car. You can get a Kia Soul for that much. Kia Soul now $22,000.
Oh no, there's actually some Chevrolet vehicles now that you can get for that. They got a Trailblazer and a Trax.
Hey, I love America, but American cars are dog shit. Sorry, I'm not buying an American car ever, as long as I live, ever.
Corey, ain't no need for that.
If I want a car to die at 100,000 miles, I'll get a fucking American car.
Oh, well, go and get you one then.
No, I want a car to last 300, 400,000. That motherfucker was the rice rocket made in Japan. That bitch will get like 3 million miles.
Yep, that stuff ain't real no more though. That's old. You thinking old school. That ain't real no more. I'm just letting you know. I'm just telling you, man.
Of course, it's real.
I mean, all these dealerships, Bo, and I mean they full of cars broke down. I'm trying to tell you, Bo. You don't believe me, but I'm trying to tell you.
My next car is going to be a orange Toyota Tacoma extended cab. It's $34,000 with the little extras. I get out the door under 40. That's going to be my next car. Mm-hmm.
We don't know this to be true, Corey. I mean, you said this is my next one. I mean, look, man, just the art of the deal. Okay, you might have to get something that's American made, like a Chevrolet.
No, they can suck my dick.
All right. Damn, there it is. Anti. You see what
I grew up. My parents only drove American cars, and they always got me sick, and I always had car sick and always threw up in them, and they always died at under 100,000 miles. It was like the biggest pieces of shit that were ever fucking made. It's unfucking believable. Truly. What did we get from Ford anyway? We got the assembly line. Big fucking deal.
Is that? Yeah, this is true. All right, let's see what kind of wedding ring I can get for 24,000. Are these wedding rings?
That's engagement ring.
The 54,000 one. This okay, engagement.
Oh, there's a gay engagement ring on the right. Can we get the rainbow back, please? Can we just like pass a bill and have it back, please?
Okay, so we'll go with 22. So that would be what's that? 6. No, that's not 6,000. 7, 8.
What's up with that one? It's $54,000.
Yeah, that's the Leo First Light. That's a 14 karat. What kind of cut? This is a cushion cut.
Who buying a
What
14
does that
karat
mean?
diamond is going to shop at K Jewelers? If you're buying a 14 karat diamond, you're shopping at like Fifth Avenue, New York.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, would you
If
like
you're
me
going to be,
to
if you're buying a 14 karat diamond, you're flying in a private jet to New York to go look at it. Okay. So I don't want to hear this K Jewelers. I'm going to go to the mall and buy a $54,000 ring. Eat a dick.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is true. Hold on, let me pull these. No, isn't that where they usually get them from the mall? Isn't that where people usually get them?
The
All those
mall.
jewelry stores in the malls. Yeah. No, is that not where they get them?
I don't know how to answer that. I'm speechless.
Okay. Well, here we go. We got this cushion cut right here. 2.97 karat GVS2. Excellent cut round diamond. $22,050. Hey, or you can do 3 interest-free payments of $7,350. Hey, 3 months worth of salary. You see what I'm saying? They saying that you ain't gonna take no money home for that 3 months.
I say your best bet is find a girl who's been involved in an industrial accident who had her ring finger accidentally excised from her fucking hand, and then you can just go, "Oops, I love you, but I guess you're not getting a ring."
You gonna marry the one that don't have no arms.
That could be fun.
It's got no arms. So this is guys, this is what if you're making $7,350 a month take home, this is what you can get. This is the excellent cut round diamond. We want to help folks out. Maybe I can put an affiliate link in our box. We get some. Can I get an affiliate link? You think somebody will buy from us? Oh man, yeah. You see, this is wasteful right here.
If you're buying a
But it's,
$22,000 ring, but you financially have to do it in 3 payments of $7,350, you are screwing yourself so bad.
yeah, but these are interest-free payments, though. You see that? There's flexible payment options. These are interest-free if you can do it in 3 months. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's saying. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, first month's installments charge you a credit card. Woo, you better make sure you got enough on it. Set a reserve on your card at no cost to you. All right, be on a monthly basis. So this is what we got right here, okay? They're gonna hit your credit card up. Yeah, I can't suggest this, guys. You know what I'm saying? You're just better off not to mess with it. I know that my buddy, golly, this has to be 12 years ago when he had his wedding. He had it in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they closed down an entire mall to have their wedding. The only thing that was open was the restaurant that was downstairs. They closed the entire mall.
They got married at the mall.
Yeah, yeah, but the mall that's in like downtown Charlotte, man, that thing was immaculate, dude. They shut it down too, and this was in like 2012. I don't even want to know how much it cost it'll cost now, but I think it ran them like 60, 70 G's.
That's a lot of money. Are they
Yeah, I
divorced?
know, man. No, they're still together.
That's good.
They made it. Yeah, they made it because these are college buddies. So I roomed with them and all kind of stuff. Like the whole time we were in college, we're around each other. But yeah, we kind of knew they were gonna make it because like they would have like knockdown, drag out fights, where they would like hit each other, and then they'd be back together. I'd be like, okay, yeah, they're gonna make it. One say I'm gonna pull the knife on you. I'm like, they definitely gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? They both insane together. So yeah. Yeah, so it's hard to find somebody else to match your insanity. Once you're able to find that, you're like, yeah, this is the one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're still together, kids, happy family. You know what I'm saying? What's another saying? Happy wife, happy life. I don't know where that come from. I mean, what about the men? It just don't matter for the men, right?
Guess not.
You don't need to be happy. Okay. We ain't worried about it. We ain't worried about it. And we've seen I've seen a whole uptick of, women talking about, oh, I'm divorcing because he didn't do any chores. I'm like, just say that you're not actually attracted to him, okay? Because it ain't because the man didn't wash a dish, okay, or that one of his socks didn't get into the damn.
Right. If you guys are arguing over which way the toilet paper goes on the fucking roll, then you got much deeper issues that you need to resolve.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's just like, come on, man. Lie to yourself. Lie to yourself, bud. So there's a lot of stuff that looms within that. Looms. Laura Loomer. Is Laura Loomer dating anybody? Matter of fact, hold on. Who's Laura?
Her face is too big for her body.
It is a woman, right?
You know what her face looks like? Her face looks like that deformed face in that new movie. You seen that ad for the new movie with the guy with the deformed face in it? Oh
yeah, that's true.
That's Laura Loomer, dude.
Yeah. Oh damn, she was born in '93. God, I thought she was like 40 something. I ain't gonna lie to you, she's 31. I definitely thought she was in her 40s. Okay.
I'm almost 50, and I look fucking great.
Yeah, they don't show that Laura Loomer's dating anybody. Whenever you type that in there, the first thing that comes up is conspiracy theories traveling with Trump. That's the first thing that comes up.
She's the one that gets gangbanged at the weird Jewish occult rituals.
Is she Jewish? Is this true? Are you sure? Hold on. Jewish. Does she identify as Jewish? Don't you have to identify as Jewish? You don't have to actually be born Jewish, do you?
No, it's like a disease. Like if you catch it, you don't have to. You can lie about it, but you still got it.
Oh, here we go. It is Wikipedia is showing her affiliations though. Let's see these affiliations right here. We like these.
I don't buy this
political parties
bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, here's what she's known for. Okay, political commentary, conspiracy theories, and misinformation. This is true.
Isn't that worth suing over? Like, who do you sue over that?
She's known for misinformation. It's like, come on, cuz. Political party, Republican movement. She's far right. She's alt right. She's anti-Islam, Trumpism, and white nationalism.
Okay, here, let me rephrase this. Whenever you see the term anti-Islam, what they really mean is Zionist. And she's not a white nationalist. She's a Jew. Loomered. Her website is called Loomered. Is that like Munson?
Yeah, something like that. It is Loomered. Oh, this is her right here. She looks a little better right here.
See, bro, all you got to do is Laura Loomer Jewish, and Google AI will give you some nonsense.
Oh, we can shop. What can we shop for? Oh, Forever Trumper. Okay. She's the most banned woman in the world.
Oh my God. How fucked up is this? Listen to this. I just put in is Laura Loomer Jewish, and the first thing that comes up at the very top, it says customize results by applying a goggle, a Goggle. Okay. And then under that, it says on the left, click for news from the left, and then click for news on the right. So I have two different divisions of news that I can get now. News from the left.
Is that right?
I got to screen share this. This is wild. Where is this shit at?
Hey, screen share this thing, man, so folks can see it. Here we go.
Look at that shit.
Oh, okay.
Customize results by applying a goggle. And this is what happens when you hit the info thing. It says goggles, search without limits. Apply goggles to tailor search results. So I can see news from the left or news from the right. I'm sorry. I just want fucking news.
No. Well, Corey, it's got to be from the one or the other. You know what I'm saying? They just want to make sure they get you in the right spot.
telling you, these motherfuckers have gone too far.
Man said they know too much. They've gone too far. My goodness. All right. So yeah. So I don't believe that's true. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't no way that Trump's going to risk any poor exposure by banging Laura Loomer. At least you have to pick something better than that if you're gonna try to throw your life away.
Whoever's doing propaganda for the left just sucks, dude. Like they fucking so they go back and read your Goebbels over again, please.
Man, pick somebody better. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we want to jump over into the recent pagers. Is it pagers or is it cell phones that blew up in everybody's pockets?
It's pagers, and today it was walkie-talkies. It was a second attack.
Oh, did something happen today as well?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got this. I've got footage right here. Looks like they're at a market, almost like a farmer's market.
Yo, these Israelis, they gotta go. These Israelis are fucking. They gotta go.
One explode. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. So this is at a farmer's market, and pay attention to this gentleman right here with the blue hat. Yeah, but now he's laying down there in agony. He pretty much blew his whole penis off. I like how poor folks are they just looking over there like, yeah, all right, man. No,
this is such an absolute fucking disgusting violation of international law. Like they should literally hang every fucking Israeli. I hope that every goddamn Israeli burns in their fucking sleep like they did with Dresden. Fucking seriously. They need to Dresden Tel Aviv.
Yeah, now, if I'm correct, one of my coworkers was talking to me about it. I think they said, what was it, like 300 of these blew up at the same time? Is that right? Is my information right on that?
I think it was a lot more than that. I thought it was thousands.
A lot more than that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang. It was that many?
It was thousands. It came out today. This has been in the works for like 15 years. They've been working on this project.
There's pagers blow up. Oh, they have? Is this
Here's the thing. Like they don't have any room to ever talk about terrorism ever again in the world. Ever. They have no room to talk about Islamic terrorism ever again in the world. I mean, this is like they're off the fucking rails here, bro. Like seriously. They are off the rail. They're murdering children like by the fucking score. I mean, it's just unreal what is happening. And you know why they're letting it happen? Because our goddamn country is run by these fucking disgusting Zionist Jews. Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of fucking State, all these fucking Jews running our government are just feeding them an endless supply of fucking weapons to kill all these Palestinians because these fucking Jews, they're delusional and they think they're from the Middle East. These are the inbred descendants of European converts. They have no fucking claim to the land in the Middle East whatsoever. Okay. This fucking whole thing is a goddamn, it's a proof that government conspiracies exist and the whole country should be given back to the Palestinians and every fucking European who refuses to leave should be executed.
Okay, there it is, the powerful one at his finest, right there. But we got right here.
Let's make it clear: these motherfucking Jews in Israel are the inbred descendants of European converts. They have no connection to the land whatsoever. Period. And they keep saying Hezbollah pagers. 3,000 fucking Hezbollah pagers. Okay, you really think all those people who got blown up are Hezbollah? This is bullshit propaganda. This is wartime propaganda that they're spreading.
Well, this is the question here. You know what I'm saying? So they're obviously saying that Israel did blow these up.
Of course they did.
Yeah, so they're not hiding the fact of this. This is straight from NBC News. Okay, right from NBC News. So we had the 2 days as far as the attack. I didn't realize that we had another attack today with the walkie-talkies. Mm-hmm. And so how is that? I'm figuring what they're doing is maybe they're like overheating the battery where it explodes. That's what I'm figuring. Something like that.
We don't know. We won't probably ever know. Some of these devices will be recovered and analyzed. And I mean, I saw some speculation that these were all hijacked. Like, you know, maybe a company in the supply chain intentionally inserted bombs into them. And that is not outside the realm of possibility when it comes to these fucking Israelis.
Okay. Well, they got up here that at least 12 people were killed, including an 11-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl, and more than 2,700 people were injured in the coordinated explosions of pagers that belonged to Hezbollah members. And then a day later, walkie-talkies were hit with a similar attack that killed 25 people and injured hundreds of others. So I guess the walkie-talkies packed more of a punch. A little bit more of a punch.
I guess so.
But
it's not out of the question because you've got a dozen companies in the supply chain. Let's say you've got a walkie-talkie that gets assembled in like 3 different places, right? They make the casing and install this here, then it gets shipped over here. From there, they install this, right? Like, let me make this really fucking clear. These Zionists are absolute lunatics. There is not a fucking one of them that is not a lunatic. It doesn't take much for a fucking millionaire or billionaire who owns a company to be approached by the Mossad and get on board, because these people are fucking religious lunatics. They're not even religious lunatics. They're occultic lunatics, because the shit they do is not even religious in nature. It's occultic. It's, and remember, the Israelites were motherfucking black from Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. It stretched from the middle of the Sahara all the way to fucking Iran. Those are the original Israelites. Okay. Not a bunch of goddamn white people who we can historically trace to a group of 350 converts from the area of the Donbass in the Ukraine. Okay. All these Jewish niggas can go fuck themselves. Serious. Like, all of them.
Man said every single one of them. Dear God Almighty. Boy.
These are white people who will look you dead in the eye and tell you they're from the Middle East. They have no respect for you at all. They think you're fucking a subhuman mongrel. Like, not even kidding. Read what they say about everyone else. If you're not a fucking Jew, you're a goyim. And in the Talmud, they say that you should be killed.
Wasn't that the Gentile?
The Gentile and the goyim.
Same thing. In the Bible, they call you Gentile. Well, I mean, right. The Bible pretty much for the Israelites, even though, they didn't.
You got to think. Here's
Jesus
or. So
or
this, but yeah, I think these people were. When you look back at the religions, you look at like the ancient look at like Zeus and like all those gods, the ancient Greek gods, like that whole religious system was not based on subservience. You didn't have to fucking kiss the god's ass. What they did was they did heroic deeds, and you were supposed to mimic the gods and do heroic deeds. Because that was never a people who were ever enslaved. Okay. Judaism came from a people who were enslaved. All they knew was subservience. Their religion grew out of subservience to God because they were subservient in life, because they had to be, because they were fucking slaves. So when you come to understand that, and you come to realize that no white people were slaves to the Egyptians in motherfucking Africa. No white people build the goddamn pyramids like the fucking story says, right? It's so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. These were black sub-Saharan African slaves that were utilized in Egypt to build the pyramids, and they turned to their own religion as their own salvation. And that was what the original texts were, the original Jewish texts. The old Jewish temple, and the oldest one in the world is the Shushan temple in Iran. Okay. It's 3,500 fucking years old. All of Moses and his children are depicted as black with big afros. Okay. There were no white motherfuckers in the Middle East who were Jewish, period.
Maybe they were black like.
Black adjacent. No, some people make the argument that they were black Arabs, which is a feasible argument too, but not in Africa. But see, this religion grew out of the Canaanite religions, right? The old Canaanite stuff was dark, man. That was some like child sacrifice and all that stuff that grew into the original Judaism, which did all the sacrifice stuff too. But see, then you got these motherfucking bastards who basically, then you have the Middle Easterners who hijacked Judaism from the Israelites, right? And they created the Talmud. They created the Talmud, which was done by 550, right? So you're not, at this point in time, you're not talking about black sub-Saharan Africans anymore. The religion has been completely co-opted by Middle Easterners. But then after that, what you have is you have white converts in the 8th century in the area of the Ukraine who are what we now call Ashkenazi Jews, right? So white Jews from the Ukraine, not from the fucking Middle East, okay? But every last one of them will look you in the eye and lie right to your face and tell you that they're white and that they're from the Middle East because God snapped his fingers and said so. So that's the root of all anti-Semitism in the world when people can't put two and two together on it, because they'll look you in the eye and they'll tell you they're from the Middle East and they ain't. That's the root of it all.
Well, you got to think is the ritual of most religions some type of blood sacrifice? I know it is like, regardless of whether folks actually realize it or not. It's the Christianity's completely revolved around that. In the Old Testament, they took and they killed animals to sacrifice all the time for their quote unquote sins.
All that Old Testament, all the Old Testament was before Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
All the Old Testament is all Jews.
Yeah, but then Jesus came here and he died, and so his blood cleansed everybody's sins, so they wouldn't have to go and kill their goats no more. So it's still a blood sacrifice. They still looking blood. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
but
at the end of the day,
still do the stuff.
So they still sacrifice stuff.
These motherfuckers still sacrifice. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing of it. Like, these Zionists like truly believe that they can dig through these ancient occult Jewish texts like the Zohar and they can find some hidden truth in there. But in order to find that hidden truth, you got to fucking sacrifice 3 babies at half past the fucking blood moon, right? So like, and these idiots in the modern day literally try to figure that shit out, and they do the shit that they say in these old texts, trying to recreate some shit because they truly believe. That's how lunatic these people are.
Okay. Yeah, there are a few lunatics out there hanging around.
Yes. But they're ancient occultic lunatics. It's weird, man. It's like watch that movie Young Sherlock Holmes. It's like from the 80s. But Young Sherlock Holmes is like doing this murder mystery stuff, and then he figures out that like it's being done by this professor and this cult that's all old ancient Egyptian stuff, right? And yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's an ancient cult of reenacting a lot of this weird shit that definitely has an overlap with the Egyptian stuff. So it's some weird sicko shit that these motherfuckers dig into. Whether it's real or not doesn't matter because they believe it.
Okay. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, once somebody is deeply rooted in belief, then they'll continue with the status quo of whatever that particular religion or whatever ask of them. So until they start to question, and maybe sometimes people, wake up and they're like, hold on a second, what have I been doing? So that does happen occasionally, but most of the time when people get captured up in something, they kind of stay in it. But I want to jump over here, Corey, to this right here. A little bit of shenanigan activity. And I've got a video here of why men should not pee standing up. Okay. So obviously they're trying to make all of us women. All right. For some reason, they're trying to make us squat. All right. At all times. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to let the women stand up from here on out.
Yeah, those people should go to the gulag.
Yeah. But hey, I'm gonna let this thing do its thing, man. It's talking about germs and stuff, which we're not sure that's real. So let's go.
Do you know how dirty it is for a man to pee standing up? During the 21-second release, guys usually aim for 4 spots. The back of the toilet is the most destructive option. The rebound splash can be up to 7,550 drops of urine. If you're facing the water in the middle of the toilet, that's 372 drops of urine. Simply put, even if you're the best shooter, you can't escape the splash of urine. When the urine flies 7.5 to 15 centimeters, the urine will collide with each other in midair, so it breaks into smaller drops, flying higher, farther, and wider. The maximum process can reach 91.4 centimeters, dropping onto the toothbrush, towel, tissue paper next to it. And 77% of guys will shake after peeing. The residual urine will also become everywhere. If they are not cleaned up in time, it will slowly form urine scale. It gives off a bad odor. Many men may think that peeing standing up is a sign of male honor, but in some countries, most of them pee sitting down. For example, German boys are taught from a young age that peeing while sitting is the real deal.
Oh my God. Hitler's rolling over in his grave.
Between boys peeing. There's no difference in the speed or time of peeing. So do you stand or sit? Feel free to discuss in the comments section. Do you know
this is so ridiculous because everybody knows that after you piss, you know, you're supposed to have a woman around to clean your bathroom for you at least once or twice a week. So I don't know what the problem is.
Everybody knows this. This is common knowledge, okay? Oh man, hey,
I love it how it's like 2024 and like there's always like they always come up with these things like that have been fine. We've been totally fine forever, but then all of a sudden, this thing that's been in place forever is no good. You can't do it no more, right?
Yeah, they want you to sit down while you pee.
Yeah,
okay.
And like vegan, they want you to stop eating meat. Like, go fuck yourself. Like these fucking vegans are like, oh, people have been eating meat forever, but now all of a sudden meat's bad for you.
Yeah, it is right now, like it just happened to be. We just happened to stumble upon this. All right.
So I didn't mean to change the conversation and no vegan bullshit, but let me tell you.
It's all good. It's all good.
So when you read things in the news, you'll read how red meat is bad for you and how it contributes to cancer. You'll hear that. Like I've read that in a bunch of stuff lately. Well, I want to know why the fuck they thought that. And so I dug into that. And you know where that comes from?
Where'd that come from?
The entire premise that red meat causes cancer comes from cancer statistics that show that people who work in slaughterhouses have a slightly elevated percentage of cancer. That's where they got that number. That's where they got the idea that red meat causes cancer. Has absolutely fucking nothing to do with you consuming red meat. It has to do with people who work in slaughterhouses and the percentage of them who get cancer. But let me tell you this, people who work in slaughterhouses are not millionaires. They're more on the lower side of things. I bet you half of them fucking smoke. I bet you half of them drink, you know, but were these brought into the conversation? No. So that's how they skew everything and they make you look like you should be a fucking vegan, you know, because when you study cancer is like you need to starve it. You need to do anaerobic this, and you need to starve it of fucking glucose, and you need to do all this stuff to like fast, and you need to not have. But then they say, but red meat will cause cancer. Wait a minute, that's completely contradictory to what you just told me about all the shit you just said about glucose. So like, go fuck yourself. So when you come to understand it, you can see the fucking propaganda everywhere. They're trying to fucking make you sit down to piss. They're trying to make you not eat meat. They're trying to fucking they want you to go fuck trannies, dude. And you're gay if you fucking don't fuck trannies or some shit, right? Like, let me make this really clear. A fucking man with a sledgehammer built the fucking world and crushed some skulls in the process. And that's how fucking world's going to continue to go on, or else we're all going to go extinct. Okay? So fuck off. Bunch of goddamn fucking sissies.
There is a powerful one. Hey, but they said the Germans sit down and pee. Is anybody from Germany?
That's offensive, man. True? Germany almost took over the whole fucking world, and now they got to sit to pee. It's a case study in emasculization. What they did to Germany is what they want to do to the rest of us, which is sad.
Hey, look.
If only Hitler hadn't taken Poland.
Yeah, imperialism on Rumble. We appreciate you being here. He said, obviously the solution is to pee outside. That seems to be the solution.
Yeah, my neighbors don't like it though.
Yeah, you just can't go. Well, look, man, find a corner or something. Just go with Johnson out right in the middle of the lawn.
Oh, don't piss off the deck.
Right there, the street corner. I ain't gonna lie. We used to do that back in college. Off the third floor. I did a lot of stuff off the third floor. We throw people's couches off the third floor. Whenever I got done frying, I used to like fry chicken and fry fish and stuff like that. And whenever I was going to pour the grease out, I would pour it out on the grass. Don't ask me why I did this, but I did. I actually killed a whole patch of grass where we lived at. But I would always say, watch your head, I'm pouring hot grease. I would actually yell it before I did it.
My friend, you are not allowed to fry anything, much less chicken, ever again, because all you're doing is perpetuating racial stereotypes. So please don't do that again.
Oh, dang, I did. Fried fish and fried chicken. Hey, the boys loved it though, boy. I could get down now, a little fried fish, fried chicken. I mean, I would get you right. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of being pancified, but I don't. You played beer pong before, correct?
I've seen it played.
Okay, all right. So when you seen it played, it was played with beer in the cups, and you would drink the beer out the cups, correct?
No. What's wrong with you? You bounce it into the cup, and then you drink from a different cup. Otherwise, you have to drink with a ping pong ball in the cup, and that could be gross. It's a gross it could have people's cooties on it, and then you might just choke on it because you're drunk and you're drinking a beer with a ping pong ball in it. So
you take the ping pong ball out. You take the ping pong ball out.
Okay, how about you do it better? But then you get beer on your ping pong ball and it gets everywhere. That's got to be the sloppiest fucking way to ever do beer pong I've ever heard in my life. You don't what is wrong with you, dude? You're wrong at life.
What do you mean? Bo, you have a water cup to dip the ping pong ball.
So now you have to have extra logistics because you had to put the ping pong ball in the beer cup. Motherfucker.
But you have 10 cups. I want to make sure that you're drinking, okay?
Okay, bring us up a diagram of beer pong, please.
We did it wrong. Rules, man.
Did it wrong. Your rules are fake.
Guys, somebody in the chat.
You got to bounce it. You bounce it into the cup, and then everyone's got their own beer. Okay, and then you
shoot it. You shoot it in the cup. You ain't got to bounce it. If you bounce in the cup, that means you get 2 cups. If you bounce it in the cup, that means they take 2 cups off the table because a bounce can be swatted. So
here's the thing: you got the cup, and it's right here, and you got to go like this. You go
that's that
bounce.
West Coast.
You bounce it, and it goes in the cup. You don't just shoot it like a basketball. You got to bounce it.
Yes, you do.
No,
it's somebody from the South. Look, we want to get the West Coast folk. I mean, this is West Coast beer pong.
I grew up in Florida, so I don't want to hear your West Coast shit. I grew up in Florida.
I'm not sure about it now. I'm feeling some type of way at the moment.
See, now he's realizing that his entire childhood was a lie. He's realizing it now.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But I thought everybody played with beer in the cups. So you mean to tell me? Okay, so you mean to tell me that back in 1999 when you were playing beer pong, okay, or you seen somebody playing beer pong, they were playing with water in all 10 cups on the table. Or
why is there water? What water are you talking about? Okay, motherfucker. Here's the deal. You have empty cups, and you have an empty cup, and you have your ping pong ball, and you have to bounce the ping pong ball and get it into the empty cup. And then since you're holding your drink, you drink. You don't need cups of water. Don't need extra cups. Don't need a cup of beer that you're going to waste by throwing ping pong balls in it. This is the craziest, stupidest beer pong I ever fucking heard in my life.
Do you see what this says right here? The cups, 10 per team with 2 water cups.
This is some bullshit.
10 per team with 2 water cups.
You don't need none of that nonsense.
The beer goes in these cups.
And
the beer goes in the cups.
No. Mm-mm.
I'm just letting you know, man. I mean, the
beer pong would be in beer akin to quarters with shot glasses. How you bounce the quarter and it goes in the thing, except you do it with a ping pong ball into a glass.
Do you see him? Do you see that he just shot? He shot.
I'm saying that's something completely different. That's some completely different nonsense.
They shot into the cup. They ain't bounced. So what you played was an inferior form of beer pong. Okay. I
disagree with this mainstream.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that it was in fact inferior. And this is the May 1st of 2023, so I ain't even going old school.
So some guy's gonna scratch his balls and then touch the fucking ball and then throw it into the beer, and then someone's supposed to drink that. Like, this is some fucking man. Next thing you know, everyone's gonna have COVID-19, motherfucker. This is gross.
Oh, let me tell you something right now, okay? You won't worry about it. We are in fact binge drinking, which is bad for you anyway. I mean, so the last thing I was worried about was some cookies. Matter of fact, I don't know anybody got sick. You know what I'm saying? But we go to the club. I'm talking about to the club. This is where thousands of folk will go in and out and play beer pong there. Beer in the cups. And look, in imperialism's like, he's like, yes, it does. Beer goes in the cups because if you shoot the ping pong ball into the empty cup, you're gonna knock all the damn cups over.
What all these cups? There's only one cup. You got one cup.
One cup. Okay, all right. In imperialism, he's never seen beer pong played.
One cup, and you bounce the ball, and it goes in the cup.
Guys, help him out.
I don't need no help. I don't even drink. Fuck y'all.
Whenever I make it over to Colorado, I'm just gonna get a beer pong table and set it up. All right, guys, let's get this together. This is how this is done, and you'll be like, "Wow, man, that was fun." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you got the whole ins and outs now. So you've got once you make a cup, because you got teammates. So if you make your cup and they make their cup, then you get the balls back and you get to shoot again. Okay. And when somebody picks their cup up and they start drinking from it, if you make it into their cup that's in their hand, their personal, that's the personal cup. If you make it in that cup, then it's game over. All right. That's game over.
I don't drink.
That works.
I smoke that weed.
A bounce is 2 cups. God, you see?
What's weed pong? What's that?
That doesn't exist, okay? It's just folks sitting around eating potato chips. Look, man, it's ordering McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Ordering McDonald's. My goodness, I'm gonna. Hey, hey, look, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. We're gonna get Corey savvy on beer pong. Okay, we're gonna get him savvy. All right. You know what I'm saying? On the drinking games. I know he missed out on all that stuff. Whoever you were hanging out with doing their 1 cup empty and you bounce it in there, something was wrong with them, but I'm just letting you know. All right. That's just all there is to it.
You're trying to ruin my childhood memories. Okay. So
yeah, I know. Now before we get into the main event, I just want to speak briefly about the UFC. Okay, and we did our stream last Saturday, which I ain't gonna lie to you, I left it in a hurry because I was absolutely disgusted with the final hour that I was on it with those 2 shitty fights that we had. The co-main event and the main event were absolutely horrendous. But the question I got for you, Corey, I'm gonna pull up Dana White and how he spoke about it, and I'll have a question to pose for you after we hear Dana White's comments on the UFC Noche. All right, so let's let this roll right
literally
now.
Just to me and say I became a fan during COVID. Literally just met a couple people this weekend. Our fan base grew 69% during COVID. And yes, I think that tonight's event, some people probably tuned in for the first time, and hopefully they turned off before the co-main event, and they're big fans now.
So we've had a whole lot of this recently of Dana White disparaging fighters after the fact, especially if they had very poor performances. And I can agree that the co-main event and the main event, they were pretty bad. Now, there's some people that would say,
well, I thought the main event was fine.
Wrestling.
The main event was okay. I mean, Patty, what's his fuck, got his ass kicked, and I thought it was pretty exciting to watch.
O'Malley.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked pretty fiercely. I mean, pretty consistently, and it was interesting to watch. I didn't really think that it wasn't phenomenal, but it was a good fight. The co-main event, honestly, I don't even have a memory of it, so it's telling me that it could have been.
It was Grasso and Shevchenko, where Shevchenko took her down and laid on her. And I ain't gonna lie, that's what Marab did against O'Malley too. He just took him down and laid on him.
But I still didn't think they were horrible. They weren't bad. I mean, they were just. We've been watching these fights for fucking 20 years. I mean, it's like you're gonna see. You see a whole spectrum of stuff. So my question is, we know that. Why doesn't fucking Dana White know that? And why is he making statements like that?
Well, what I've seen right here recently with his fighters is that he wants excitement. Now, even if you take it to the ground, he wants people who are exciting on the ground, who who attempt to go for finishes, go for submissions, ground and pound. And that is something that is kind of lacking at the moment, I will say. Technically your wrestlers in the UFC, a lot of them, to be honest, don't try to finish. You know what I'm saying? At all. I mean, we think of the Bilal fight, the Marab fight, Shevchenko, and I think that he's kind of down on his recent cast of champions right now because he knows that when he goes back and he looks at their career, they don't finish anybody. So the excitement level, and we're seeing this from the crowds. If the fight's just a whole lot of them holding on to each other and then just laying on the ground with nothing really exciting happen, people are starting to boo in the crowds. And so when he hears the boos, he hears the dollar signs go out the door. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's why, especially his main event and co-main event. Now, I thought the fights earlier in the afternoon, all of those were spectacular. I mean, we had Aldana. I mean, viewer discretion advised up here if y'all didn't see it, but she was fighting pretty much with her skull exposed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when she got headbutted, I'm gonna pull this up for the people who didn't see it. We got it right here. This is her stitched up after the fight. Yeah, so this is her stitched up across the nose, all up the skull, right there, the forehead, and over the eye. And let's see beforehand. Look at this. That's how she was fighting. I mean, she was still fighting. They didn't call it. But I mean, stuff is exposed. I mean, stuff's exposed. You know what I'm saying? So
it doesn't feel like there's that much meat there, but I guess there is.
Yeah, well, I guess it's swole up too. So it's like, you know, when he sees the undercard, like the Diego Lopez and Ortega fight, that one was excellent. They were throwing hands when they went to the ground. There was attempting finishes, attempting submissions. Ortega was attempting submissions. Aldana fight, the Van fight with I can't remember the other guy's name, but they were slugging it out. So I think that's what he's looking, because he made a comment. It's probably about 2 months ago. Where he said, you know, I'll never announce, you know, what the fight night bonus is going to be again, because I thought that if I say, hey, y'all get an extra $50K, I thought somebody's going to fight harder, and they didn't. You know what I'm saying? And from what I've been seeing right here recently, we've had a lot of our champions going into these matches hurt. Now, O'Malley said he's going to be out 9 months with a torn labrum. So I'm guessing he went into the fight with a torn labrum.
What is that?
From his training camp. I think that's in your hip, if I'm correct. Let's see. Yeah, torn labrum in the hip. Yeah. Hip or shoulder, I think. Is that right? Oh no, this is shoulder pain. So I think he had an issue with his shoulder and no, that's right. It is in the hip. It can be in the hip or the shoulder. You got a labrum in the hip and the shoulder from what we got up here. This is what the Google doctor is telling me. Or I'm gonna bring it up here. So, yeah. So he's saying that he suffered that in training camp. So we've got a lot of our champions and stuff going in these matches, and they're injured. I'm figuring something has to be up, because I'm like, y'all not even trying to fight. And so if you look at your list of your champions, Alex Pereira right now is Islam Makhachev. They both finish fights. That's kind of your main finishers right now. And so that's why they got Alex Pereira fighting so much, because all of his fights are exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like every single one of them. So he's fighting again right here shortly for his belt again. So, I mean, do you think that gives the fighters more incentive to go out there and kind of lay it all on the line, or less when Dana talks like that?
You know, when it comes to him talking like that, I think it's just disheartening.
Mm-hmm.
A leader is supposed to always be positive, right? Or at least, you know, uplifting.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not. How long you been doing this? Like 20-something years, though. You know, he's probably like, his attitude probably ain't where it needs to be for as long as he's been doing it.
Right, right, and that may be the case. That may be the case. So yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about that. And we do those events live. Now I know they go late. All right, if you're on the East Coast, hot damn, they go late. But we usually do that on the What Is Truth podcast. We do the major events. So yeah, so make sure y'all checking us out on that as well. So we're gonna jump into our main event of the evening. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. All right. And as we know, Diddy has been arraigned. He's been detained with no bail. Okay, with no bail at all. And it looks like we've got a statement right here from the DOJ. And so I want to start it off with this particular statement. It's from this bald-headed Negro. I don't know what his name is, but I'm gonna let him speak his piece. Got about 2 minutes of his speech right here.
As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Freak-offs.
Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches. As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well, we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there.
Seems like small potatoes.
Now, I want to be clear about 2 things. First, this office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be.
I don't buy
No
that.
one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
So there it is. Now, the first thing that hit me now, if y'all follow me on TikTok, I've actually posted this on my YouTube channel as well, Instagram, I posted it everywhere. I did a quick video about this 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, okay? And when I heard that, I automatically knew what was happening, okay? And there was some BHVs going on. Now, I know what you're thinking. Q, what's a BHV? It's butthole violations, all right? There's no doubt about it, okay? Butthole violations, because what part of the body do you need that much lubricant to get things done with? It's the derriere, the rear end.
Well, it depends on how many dudes your hooker's been with that day already.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. I'm like, hold on, 1,000 bottles? Bo, you got to be... Somebody asked this, I was like, hey, man, did he go to Costco to get that? Did he go to Sam's Club to get the 1,000 bottles? It's like, man, what you doing with so much lube,
You need
dog?
1,000 bottles to start your own company.
Yeah, that's like a startup right there. Now, you were saying a freak off, like you were unaware of what that is. Okay, so the freak off. All right. Now it says female victims. I guess none of the females were actually a part of it as far as not victims.
Okay, here's let me say this. I'm just gonna get to the fucking bottom of this. Okay, so
okay.
little old me, who's a nobody in the scheme of things, who has no money or clout or anything like that Sean Diddy Combs has. I've known me a ton of fucking freaky women who will do whatever for $1. Okay. So I don't want to hear shit about famous people having to fucking drug people and having to coerce women or none of this shit. They have a lot of money and there's a ton of whores out there. Okay. So whenever I see the government saying that there were female victims who were drugged in order to have sex for money, hold on, did they have sex for money or were they drugged? Because you can't have both. But yet they will tell you that they both happened, right? So it's fucking ridiculous. I'm sure all the women were fucking paid. They just don't like it when you do this large scale sex operations and sex partying and stuff and don't invite the right people, right? And so that's what this is about. This is a cover-up operation. Sean Diddy Combs was involved with this shit, just like Epstein was. He's the Black Epstein. The government knew what was happening. I'm sure they were in on everything. And for them to be parading him around, showing that he had some fucking guns. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Fuck off. There's way more to this than they're ever going to tell us.
Come on now. Now it's not only sex trafficking, it's sex trafficking and racketeering. All right. Racketeering as well. Okay. But the free calls, so that's where they would drug up both the female victims. Like I said, none of these were co-conspirators, I'm guessing. As far as the females, I guess all of those were victims. As long as with the male sex workers, and then they would perform sometimes days-long sexual performances.
I don't know what a sexual performance is. Like, is that someone like I imagine somebody on a stage doing weird, freaky shit? Okay, because none of the women I ever been with put on a performance, so I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
You ain't getting nothing performative in nature.
Performative, like performative. No.
Yeah. Okay, then none of that happened. All right. Well, that's a shame, Corey.
Well, no. You misinterpret. You totally misinterpret. They didn't know. There's nothing performative about it, if you ask me. They did the deed, but performative.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought you meant that they just, they went in there and they just laid down and said, "Just take me." Didn't move. That didn't move. Didn't have an emotion. Didn't have to even done it.
Well, that sums up. I hate to say it, but that sums up a good portion of women anyway. They just kind of expect you to do the deed and take them to town, and it's they're the ones enjoying it, not you. You're the one that's got to put in the work, and that's the kind of mostly the attitude of women across the board, with very few exceptions.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough. Now we got a gentleman who says that Diddy was just as bad as Epstein. Okay, says this officer saw his sex rooms and his hidden cameras during the Miami Mansion raid. Now, the question is, Corey, who all do you think is on those cameras? There's a lot of folk that went to Diddy parties now.
Yeah, but I doubt it's not the same. Here's the thing: you got Epstein getting the upper echelons. You got Diddy getting the middle management people. So that's what it was. He wasn't. I mean, Bill Clinton was not partying with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, Barack Obama did not go to Diddy's house to fuck kids. Right? He's slicker than that. Diddy was meant for wrangling up Hollywood and the music industry. I'm sure.
Right, and so they think
I'm sure he had his Jewish handler Harvey Pasternak involved in that somehow.
Yeah, now they're saying they feel like this is going to send ripples through the Hollywood scene. Do you think that could be the case?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, but so here's another question I want to pose to you. Now they've got the Epstein list, which they never released. Will they release the Diddy list?
No.
Or will it be just like the Epstein list? It'll be the same thing.
No, they got all these people that they can blackmail now.
Okay, just into doing whatever they want to do.
You
wouldn't want your name to leak out.
That's why the government. That's why the fucking we're never going to get an Epstein list because they using all those people, and now they got them. Politics is a game of what do you got on who? It's Game of Thrones shit.
Oh yeah, this is true. This is true. Now, Diddy tried to post bail. They wouldn't let him post bail.
That's
mean,
wild. That's why for some gun charges, that's crazy.
well, sex trafficking, racketeering.
I want a
The
specific.
racketeering.
Racketeering means you're involved with organized crime.
Yes, exactly.
Organized crime in America is the government.
Well, look, I mean, outside of that, okay, he's racketeering. All right. And they ain't feeling it. All right. They ain't feeling his type of racketeering no more. So obviously he pissed somebody off. So we just try. What I'm trying to figure out is who he pissed off, because he's been doing this a while. You know what I'm saying? He didn't start 2 days ago. So the question is, who did he make mad? What particular person did he make mad? And at what time did this happen? Because if you want me, nobody's went to the police on Diddy. There's been a bunch of people sue him. The most famous one was Cassie, which was a former girlfriend. She sued him. I mean, now of course this is after, he got her pay for her condo in Miami, and
That's the one he beat up in the hallway,
made
right?
a lifestyle. Yeah.
Okay, so
Gave her
here's how this thing works.
lifestyle and-
If you maintain the status quo and everything's cush, then they don't fuck with you. But when you start doing shit and going out on a limb and beating your girlfriend in the hallway and making the news and putting their operations in jeopardy, that's when they turn an eye to you. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. I promise you that fucking video with that girl getting beat in the hallway raised some eyebrows, and some people started getting some shit in works because of that. Like this motherfucker is gonna tip us off. Like we need to take care of this. Like, so that's what the fucking deal
that
is.
was from way back too. I think I'm correct. That was from like 2016, 2017.
Right. Yep.
Like that was from way back. So somebody's had this footage for a long time.
They've been on.
Like, they've had the footage for a while.
Yeah. If you make too much noise, they gotta take care of you. And he made too much noise, I think, is the problem.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's obviously got to be the case. Some people said it. Golly, what was some people saying about the deal with the because when he with the liquor company, when he part owner of a liquor company, isn't that right?
Oh, I don't know.
Ciroc, is it Ciroc? Hold on, let me see here. Diddy part owner of liquor company, but I think they kicked him out though. Okay. So he was with Diego. That's who he was with. He was with the Diego company, and yeah, they split ways. So some people were talking about some higher ups in the Diego. I think he was trying to do some shenanigans with them, and said that may be one of the things that tipped the scales. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But I mean, there's always warring factions. You know what I'm saying? And so all it takes is for somebody to be like, well, I'm gonna show his ass, and let's release a little footage. Let's get, hey, Cassie, ain't you ready to get paid? Go ahead and sue him, and before you know it, what I'm saying, we sinking Diddy completely. Now with the no bail, he begged the judge for bail, and he said he vowed that he wouldn't have any women to his house. All right, if they release him to home detention. Okay, but he didn't say nothing about not having no men. All right. He didn't say nothing about not having no men. He just said women. Now the running rumor is that he was roughing up old Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? That's the running rumor. This is alleged. Okay, we'll make sure we put that out there for the people. That's alleged. But I seen a couple of moments that were a little of they're a little touch and go. And I've heard and seen a lot of people say that Tupac was gay, because I don't know if you remember that clip of when he was in high school. I don't know if you've seen that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like flaming. Some people were saying that what's some other man, Notorious B.I.G. was gay. That these dudes were on what black people like to call the down low. Okay, that's what they call it. When the black man's gay, he's on the down low. But he puts out the perception out there that he's actually just a straight male on the down low. So living that secret life. So I mean, with Diddy over here getting busted, that could there's got to be some people out there with their buttholes a little tight. There's no doubt about it. Somebody's probably going to come knock on their door shortly. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what other type of dominoes fall or who falls in line after this. Because there's a lot of people that went to these parties, a lot of celebrities that went to these parties. And so what do you think is some of the bidding they could ask of some of these celebrities that went to these parties that they could blackmail now? What do you think is some of the things they could ask them to do in the name of God and country?
I don't know. I
Could
know
it be like
that
give endorsements to certain people, or
maybe, but back in the day, I know that like a lot of some of the touring bands had their management approached by CIA because they were going to Europe and South America and all these different countries, and they thought they might be able to, just get some info or something, right? And so you never know, man. You never know.
Okay. End imperialism is telling me that the download's not a black thing anymore. White people pick that up too. Hey, man, it's that damn supremacy shit we've been talking about. It's that in full effect, man. Yeah, man, let black folks have their day in the sun, okay? There it is. They have their day. Another saying. Let them have their day in the sun. Damn, end imperialism. No, there's no new term for the download. That seems to be a good term. I always remember this because it was on the Law and Order SVU, and Ice-T was talking to a black guy up there who had been involved in some shenanigans, and the black dude was, he got caught banging another guy, and Ice-T's like, "Man, you gay?" He's like, "Man, I ain't gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men." He said that means you're gay. And then, like, the realization came over the guy's face. He's like, "Oh man, that is what that means." I was like, this can't be real life. But I think that's how some people perceive it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I ain't gay. Every once in a while, I just play with one. That's not my own. I'm like, look. I mean, men can't. For me, men can't really be bi. All right. Because once you moved over into the realm where you messing with another dude, the woman part's just a cover up, okay? I mean, that's all they is to it. That's what I believe. Now, if somebody out there believes differently, okay, leave it in the comment section below. Leave it in the comment section below. And I'm with you, imperialism. I mean, I don't care if they're gay or not, but it's just like, they're trying to deny the fact. Then don't deny the fact, all right? It just is what it is, okay?
Look, it's okay. It's 2024, and we understand your body's full of microplastics. So they're going to make you do all kinds of weird shit, all right? So just go with it. It ain't your fault. It's microplastics.
Now, so yeah, ain't no party like a Diddy party. Oh, who somebody posted this on Twitter. They posted Trump with Epstein and Trump with Diddy. They were like, oh, the culprit. And he may be. I mean, he may have engaged in a little bit of activities. You know what I'm saying?
It strikes me as like he was definitely handling a different tier of people than Epstein was handling. So I can totally see it fitting, and I could see there being more than one Epstein type in different scenes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So for your high level, so Epstein would be your high level, be like your politicians and stuff like that, and then Diddy would be your performers, your entertainers, Hollywood guys, and then is there anybody lower than that?
I don't think so. I don't think they need to. I don't think they got to fuck around at those super low levels. I'm sure they got recruiting I'm sure they got guys who go around recruiting.
Right. Right. That would make sense. Now, the thing that we got to understand about sex trafficking is that all it takes is for them to move you over a state line. And so I've actually seen some people talking about how performers and stuff right now are scared to fly women out. You know what I'm saying? Because we've had like your Hollywood people, your sports guys and things like that. They would you would see the women say, "Oh yeah, he flew me out." Now he flew you out to perform a particular deed, okay? And so they're saying that now maybe the men are starting to get a little edgy because technically you fly them out and then you pay them for relations. It's technically like a form of sex trafficking because they cross state lines. So I don't know if this could pop up in the future. If some people could be looking at payday, people are always looking at payday. And so statute of limitations and stuff changes. That's what happened in New York. That's why all those lawsuits all of a sudden came out. They just say, hey, at any point in time, if you felt like you got sexually assaulted, you can sue the person that did it or that allegedly did it. I was like, you got a year to do it. I was like, just like that at any point in time. Yeah, 60 years ago, he got me. All right. I mean, it's just like, well, I mean, hadn't the statute of limitations passed? But when they put caveats like that in there, then you could get busted for something that you may or may not have did 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful because you don't never know where you're going to be as far as in your life. You don't never know when you're going to hit the jackpot, and then all of a sudden, some girl's going to come out and say, "Oh yeah, you grabbed my booty in 8th grade." I mean, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, she's trying to sue you for 15 million. You're like, hold on a second. Depending on where you live, she might win it because civil courts are nonsense. I mean, complete nonsense. You ain't even got to have no proof. They just give you the victory. I don't even understand the civil courts, Corey.
Yeah.
I mean, you just you ain't got to prove anything. Did you ever have to do anything with civil courts when you were a police officer? I don't think you had to ever do anything with that, did you?
No. We would get subpoenaed to civil stuff, and usually our command staff would squash it.
Oh, okay.
Criminal stuff, yeah, we go to court all the time, but civil stuff, they didn't want us getting involved in he said, she said bullshit for money. So whenever we got subpoenaed, they would squash those.
Okay. All right, so that's good because that's nonsense anyway. The burden of proof is hell. You ain't got to have no proof. It's just like, yeah, he did it. It's like, well, did you do it? No, I didn't do it. Okay, cool. So the verdict goes to her. Yeah, you owe her 15 million. You're like, they ain't got no proof. It's like, yeah, but she said you did it. So
civil courts are really kind of ridiculous because they really can't do anything. I mean, I guess they can try to get liens on your shit if you own stuff, but like everyone's broke these days. Nobody owns shit. Nobody wants your fucking 10-year-old car. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna sue me. I got nothing. I literally have. You see those two things back there? My 2 bloodstained pieces of leather from Kennedy's limo. Those are probably the 2 most valuable things I own. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do with that?
They want the your wife's wedding ring with the 3-month wages. So I knew I was going to come back around to that $22,000 ring. So that's going to be it for tonight on Beyond the Cube. We appreciate everybody for checking us out. We did a Showtime with the Cube this week as well. Was there any more movies that were going to be in the $1 billion club this year? I said Mufasa the Lion King. Corey disagreed with that. But I think I'm going to get a dub on that. Okay. Mufasa the Lion King, I'm calling that one. But there's nothing else of note coming out for the rest of the year or next year either. Okay. So another $1 billion movie may be a few years away. So we appreciate everybody for checking us out. Corey, tell them where to find you.
CoreyHughes.org.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the great historian that he is, bloodyhistory.substack. Of course, his book, Amazon.com.
Yep.
A Warning from History. All right. Make sure you get on that. That 2nd edition will be hitting soon. Okay. Early next year, early 2025. So be on the lookout for that as well. All right. Myself, XQ420. That's where you find all of my content. And we're on multiple platforms now. We're on all kind of platforms, except BitChute. The hell with BitChute. All right. We're even on Twitch until I get kicked off Twitch, which could be at any point in time. All right. Because we got Twitch is touch and go. You know what I'm saying? But they do got girls up there exposing their breasts. So, I mean, I figure at least I'll be able to say a few, drop a few N bombs and it'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be all right. So yeah, make sure you checking us out. Make sure you come. I know a lot of y'all who watching this watch Day Zero. We're back at it once again. Come check us out this Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern. All right, and we'll be bringing you the shenanigans. And maybe Charlie will be back this week. I'm not sure. I know
Maybe.
he's been having issues with his mom.
I talked to him today for a while.
Did you? Was he doing all right? Seemed to be at least decent enough. Okay, so maybe Charlie will be back with us this Sunday, but we'll definitely be back with y'all there. So Thursday nights. Oh, Agatha All Along. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna force Corey to watch it. I'm gonna talk briefly about it. If Corey wants to look at it so he can talk about it with me, he can. But I'm gonna talk briefly about it. But we do got the pink one coming out tomorrow, which I'm very intrigued about that series. Which is directly off the Batman. So that is premiering tomorrow on Max. Okay, so I will definitely be checking that out as well. And we will be bringing you the Rings of Power wrap up after October 4th. October 4th looks like that is the last episode. So we did a mid-season review. Go check that out. We'll be doing a end-of-season review on the rest of the Rings of Power as well. So from your boy HQ420, the powerful one, Corey Hughes, we'll catch y'all on the next Showtime with the Cube. Peace out.